You on Xavier Radio UG. How are you doing, ladies and gentlemen, listening in live? And it's a live broadcast straight out Canada. We are based in Ontario province, and you live on www.xavierradio.com. To everyone that is tuning in right about now, it's 25 minutes past the hour of it's 20 minutes, 25 minutes past of 1 in Canada. Let me try my Google here. In Cape Town, it's 28 minutes past of 8. My brother from Washington, D.C., I think it's still the same here in Toronto. And from London, it's 6. Shanghai, it's 2. Dubai, it's 10 p.m. And Chigali, it's 8 p.m. So, wherever you're watching us from, my name is Tintah Deogratius, and I'm having the man, the author, the legend. I have a lot to ask you, but before I ask you anything, I have to first you need to first say hi to our listeners that are tuned in right about now.
How y'all doing? Peace and blessings to each and every one of y'all out there. Thank y'all for listening in. Thank you. How y'all doing? Peace and blessings to each and every one of y'all out there. Thank y'all for listening in. Thank you, Tinta, for allowing me to be a part of your show.
Yeah, man. We gotta be talking about we gotta be talking. We have approximately, I don't know, 7 minutes or 8 or 10, and we're gonna be talking about you and your music, you and your writing. Who is Carl Walker?
So Carlos is an artist, an author. That should have started with a man of God first, but artist, author, inspirational speaker. Um, One who like to share love with each and every person that God allows me to come in contact with.
Yep. Okay. When did you start this journey?
So the journey of writing, or which journey? Because
The
I
the
start.
journey of writing. The journey of writing.
Okay, so I started the journey of writing while I was incarcerated. I did 13 years in prison, and
Oh.
while I was in there, I'm an artist. I do visual art. So I started. My book started with my art.
Mm,
Then two correctional officers asked me that I ever thought about writing to my artwork and making it a book, and it ended up I God gave me the words, and I ended up with a book.
okay. Let's talk about your book. Usually, people that do writing, they talk about getting divine intervention, maybe from God, spirit, someone talking to them. Where do you get your inspiration from?
So both of my parents that came to see me while I was locked up, and I asked God to give me something that'll help me make money while I never sell drugs again. And my book, I was standing out there on the compound. I've been studying Black history for 3 years, and what I seen was a black correction officer standing in front of a white guy cutting grass, and I thought of the idea. This looks like a black slave master and a white slave, and my book started from there.
Okay. How far?
Idea. This looks like a black slave master and a white slave, and my book started from there.
Okay. How far? How many copies are you selling now? Are people loving the book?
I've sold over 11,000 copies right now.
Mm. Okay. Let's talk about your journey. You're pushing more of your book to Africa. What makes your story so unique that you love to share more of your story to Africa?
So I guess the unique part of it is that I went to a dark place, which was prison. Came out of prison, did 13 years in prison, came home 5.5 years ago. And right now, my artwork has now been at the World Trade Center 3 years in a row. I've exhibited in DC twice, Baltimore twice, Florida, Georgia, Philly. I've sold over 11,000 copies of this book. And it's a book that can teach everybody about, yes, the African American struggle here. And it's a book that can teach everybody about, yes, the African American struggle here in America, but it's in a different way of looking at it. So it's not just you seeing black people and white in their original place. You're seeing us in their place and them in our place. So it opens the mind to what people or what humans go went through.
Okay. Donald Trump is the president now. And he talks about the mass deportation of aliens, all immigrants, undocumented immigrants. What's your take on that? As a black man, as a writer and author that is talking about life in incarceration.
So the thing about it is everybody, you even have white immigrants that come here.
Mm,
And I think it was a couple years
mm,
and I think it was a couple years back when he was president the first time, and or it might have happened during Biden's era. I can't remember exactly who, but there was a deportation of Haitian immigrants that they tried to push out while they was letting everybody else in. And for me, it's wrong if you're stopping people and you're allowing other people to come in. Now, being that there are laws of this land, hey, the law is if you can get a visa or if you can be brought here legally, you hey, to each his own. Now, illegally, you got to remember we go through things when we do illegal stuff here, so it's part of the law. But if I could tell anybody, look, get your visa, come here the right way, and hey, enjoy. Look, get your visa, come here the right way, and hey, enjoy the fruits of the labor that's here.
okay. Just in case we get off, I'm gonna be reconnecting again to everyone that is tuning in right now. My name is Tintah Deogratius. Guys, sending the messages. Joan, how are you doing? Thank you for tuning in. That's lovely, Alexander. Thank you so much, Pastor Bruce. Uganda, how are you doing? Alan Hamilton, how are you doing? Susan, thank you for tuning in. And my brother Nelson, that is tuning in from Uganda, that is so lovely. I'm hosting Carl Walker. He's a writer and author, motivational speaker. Where do you get all these words? Writing i- is all about writing, and composition is a talent. But usually, some people usually say, I get ghosts, I get I get my inspiration from maybe God, I get my inspiration from I get my inspiration from maybe God, I get my inspiration from uh where do you benchmark what you write?
So the first book, because I wrote two now. The first
Okay.
book was based off race. The second book was based off life. So my second book is called The Autobiography of the Butterfly: How the Caterpillar Made It Through, and it's based off life experiences. Imagine yourself, Tinta, being the butterfly.
Mm,
What did your caterpillar go through to become who you are? You have been through a bunch of ups and downs, but the thing about it, you still became. So
mm.
me, I look at life and I gather inspiration from the things that we go through, from experiences that everybody go through.
Okay. According to your profile, your books are sold at the African American Museum. Let me say, do you have a museum? Let me say, do you have a clientele about do you have a clientele of white people that buy your books?
Yes, there is a large clientele of white people. I stand out there in front of the African American Museum every day with my book, just basically asking people, hey, y'all mind if I share my books? It'd be white, it'd be black, it'd be Asian. It's a little bit of everybody that comes to the museum. And what I get to do, I get to share the book, but I also get to share my story. And I've had a wide geographical or demographical denomination that buys the books. Black, white, African, everybody.
Okay. Let's talk more of your personal life. Um, do you have those people that does your family support it, or does your family support your father, mother, and everyone that is in your life support the kind of work you're doing right now?
Everybody supported. My parents, they're no longer here, but as
Oh,
far as like my brothers and my sisters, oh man, most definitely support me 100% because of the things that I've been able to accomplish. Like since before I came home, but especially since I've been home, like my artwork as well as the book itself, that everybody is very supportive of it.
okay. Let's talk about prison. How does it feel to be in prison?
So prison for me, because it's different for different people. For me, it was more like it was like going to school. It was like a university because this is also where I learned to different people. For me, it was like going to school. It was like a university because this is also where I learned to debate. I was on the debate team. I did a bunch of artwork. I wrote my book. Started learning to work out, to take better care of my body. And what I learned from it, I learned everything that I still use today.
Okay. Um, where can someone get hold of your books? Um,
So,
do you have a
oh,
platform online?
mhm.
Those in the US, where can they get them? Those in Africa, those in abroad, where can they get your books from?
So it's on Amazon. If you look up "What If" by Carlos
Yeah.
Walker,
Okay.
what if will pop up, and if you look up the autobiography of the butterfly, how the caterpillar made it through, it'll also pop by Carlos Walker. It'll pop up. But I'm on Instagram, Walker's underscore gallery two, and I have a link in my bio with the link tree that you can purchase it from there. And me, I do shipping. So I tell people always, look, purchase it from the author. That way I can sign it and ship it to you because over let me see over 10,700 of the 11,000 books I've sold them personally, meaning every one of those books are signed, and I love to sign the books because hey, you're only going to meet one of me.
Yeah. True.
Well,
True. Okay. Let's talk about someone that is watching you for the first time, and he's saying, "I would love to be like Carl Walker." Carl Walker, and watching you for the first time, and he's saying, "I would love to be like Carl Walker." Carl Walker, an author, a motivational speaker. How can someone be like you? I know there is only one you.
so this is the thing. You can't be me, but what you can be, you can gain inspiration from me. So if you see it in me, whether it's for the first time or you see it in anybody else, you have the same ability to do the same thing. Everybody has a story. You can write your story or you can write about anything that you know. And if you choose to do it, what happens is people will gravitate. Me, I believe in God first. So I pray before I do anything. But after that, it's about you choosing to move and do the things that you're doing. And what happened is if you put yourself out there, God will allow everything to work for you, meaning doors are open. So if you want to be a motivational speaker, get out there, put yourself out there, and what'll happen? People will start bringing you in so you can speak. You have to practice your gift every day, and if you practice your gift every day, it opens the door.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Carl Walker. Unless let me go in a short musical break, and when I come back, I would love you will give me your last thoughts to the listeners listening in now, and those that will be watching,